Hi everyone, it's Miss Rossi. Today we're going to finish our artwork based on artist Kelly Knaga. What you'll be needing today is your Kelly Knaga papers from your art folder. So this should be a big white piece of paper, and then we should have our two painted pieces of paper that we made last week. You're also going to need a pencil, a glue stick, a scissor, and some type of marker or crayon or something else you can use to add details. I just have a Sharpie here today. Now I am going to put my big white paper to the side for now and focus on my two painted papers. Now we are going to create a collage using different kinds of organic and geometric shapes based on our artist's work. So when we were looking at her artwork, we saw that she had all of these different shapes clustered kind of towards the center of her paper, leaving space in between. So we're going to make a design similar to that using our own painted papers that we made. So with your pencil, you're going to be drawing shapes on your painted papers. Now we're going to be drawing geometric and organic shapes. If you remember, our geometric shapes are our shapes that we use in math class that are easier to define and categorize, like circles, squares, rectangles, triangles, all those shapes that we have names for. And our organic shapes are our shapes that are more free form, they are more flowy and natural. They are not things that we have specific names for necessarily. They might look like things we can recognize from nature, but they are not like our geometric shapes. So we're going to draw and cut out some different organic and geometric shapes. Now you can choose how you would like to do this, whether you want to make one paper only geometric shapes and the other paper only organic shapes, or if you want a mix of both on each. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a mix of both on each, and I'm actually going to draw my shapes with my pencil on the back of my papers instead of drawing it on the painted side. This way I can erase anything that I don't like, and it's not going to mess up the nice paint that I did last time. So I'm going to flip over my warm colored paper, and I'm going to start drawing different sized geometric and organic shapes. So I want things that are nice and big. I want things that are a little bit smaller. We want a nice variety of shapes here. So I'm just going to draw a bunch on my paper. Now I have a nice variety of organic and geometric shapes on this paper. I'm going to put that one to the side, and I'm going to do the same thing on the back of my other painted paper. So again, I'm going to draw all different geometric and organic shapes of all different sizes. Now it really does help to make things that are nice and big and pretty small so that we have a nice variety to work with once we are organizing them and gluing them on our paper. All right, now that I have my shapes drawn on my paper, I'm going to grab my scissor and I'm going to cut out all of the different shapes that I have drawn. I'm going to be extra careful as I am cutting my shapes, and I'm going to save my scrap paper in case I need to make any more shapes later on. All right, now I have all of my shapes cut out. I'm going to flip them all over spread them out so I can see what I have to work with. And this is why I drew all of my shapes with my pencil on the back, because if I cut them out and they didn't come out perfect, it doesn't matter because no one's going to see those pencil lines that I originally drew, and I don't have to go in and try to erase all of them either. Okay, so there are all my cool colored shapes, and then I have all of my warm colored shapes too. Awesome, I have a really nice mix of all different kinds of shapes here. I am going to create two little piles and grab my big white paper back. So on our white paper, we are going to collage our shapes. Now we're going to do this in a similar style to our artist. So I think I'm going to start towards the center and kind of build my way out. I am going to leave space in between all of my shapes. So I am just going to arrange my shapes kind of all over, starting close to the center and then working my way out. Now she did leave a border around the edge, so I am going to try and do that as well, but it doesn't have to be perfect and it's not going to be perfect. So I can just play around laying out my shapes in all different ways till I like the way that they look. Again, leaving space in between them and leaving space around the edge of my paper. I think it helps to create a frame if you leave more flat edge pieces around the outside as like that border space. But it is interesting and fun to also have some more like of those organic shapes out there as well. And as you're arranging your shapes, you can always cut and change some of your shapes if you need certain pieces that are a little bit smaller. Now my paper is pretty full. I have almost all of my shapes on there. I only have a few left that I didn't fit. And I did leave space in between all of them. I did leave a white border around the edge, but I did fill up most of my paper. There are not huge gaps of white space in between my shapes. They're pretty small. My shapes are close together, and I have a nice looking composition on there. Now that I like where all of my shapes are, I'm going to go in with my glue stick and just glue all of them down on my paper. All right, and now that our picture is all glued on, you can give it a tap test where you tap it on your table to see if any of your pieces fall off and see if you need to add any more glue anywhere, but mine looks like it is glued down pretty well. Once all of your shapes are on there, you can stop there if you would like. If you like the way that your picture looks and you want to keep it this way, and just leave it with the shapes, that is totally fine, and you can upload a photo or a video of it on my Canvas page as it is. Or if you would like to go even further with your picture, you can use your pencil and draw some extra designs on top of your shapes and in the background using lines. You can even draw different designs using more geometric and organic shapes if you would like. Now we did look at that one final picture on my PowerPoint slide that showed one of our artist's works that had lines and things and other little designs drawn on top of her shapes. So you can do that if you would like. So I'm just going to go in with a few different little line designs and shape designs to make my picture look more interesting. Now you can decide maybe this isn't something that you are interested in doing, and that is okay. You can leave your picture the way that it is. But I think having a couple extra little marks and symbols in certain places will make it pretty exciting looking. All right, that looks good for now. I'm going to go in with my Sharpie, and I'm just going to trace over those pencil lines nice and carefully so they are easier to see. Now that I finished tracing with my Sharpie, I can go in carefully and erase any of those little pencil marks that I can still see. Alright, and there we go. That is my picture all finished. Once you're done with your project, you can upload a photo or a video of it on my Canvas page. I can't wait to see the colorful and interesting abstract pictures that you guys create with your collages. Try your best, have fun, and get creative, and I'll see you soon. Bye!